I see we still holding down the St. Louis flag, even though I heard you turn shit up in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we still Card fans. I mean, do you ever go to the games out there at Truist Field?
I don't, man. I don't. I watch it. I'm more of a it's something about them crowds where it be that packed. Like I feel more comfortable tailgating where I got a way out. Like somehow when I be in them, I'm more of I watch a game at the house or I watch it. It's something about being in them stadiums that I don't really like that. I don't like having to pay $50 to park, and then I ain't really, it ain't the same team. Like I rep St. Louis because this represents the city. But it ain't like I grew up on that Tony Pena, Pedro Guerrero, Willie McGee, Ozzie Smith. Like this is Ozzie Smith jersey. You know what I'm saying? So
come on.
It ain't right. So it just right. So it just ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball ain't what it was. I root for the team, but it's more nostalgic for me. Like I couldn't tell you one person on St. Louis. Be honest with you, I couldn't tell you one. That's a shame. I couldn't tell you one.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, they ain't popping like they used to. When we was coming up, they was so good, man. They was winning World Series. They was in the playoffs. We had Whitey Ball. Then they went to Joe Torre. Then they went to Tony La Russa. And we was able to sit there, and our stadiums was packed. I used to take the Metro to Busch Stadium, man, and sit there in the back and watch these games, wait them fireworks go off. Bro, that's what made me love baseball. That's why I think as growing up in St. Louis, we didn't really have until the Rams, because remember we lost the Cardinals in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Phoenix. And then we got the Rams back for a little bit from LA. And then we got the greatest show on turf. They would go down to Edward Jones. You can see him then. And then after they left, it was like I ain't got no football team. Baseball is the only thing left. If you're a Blues fan, maybe, but there ain't no basketball team really in baseball. In St. Louis, unless you're gonna root for like Mizzou or something. So this is what ends up making me a huge baseball fan. And then I moved down to Florida, and all they had is magic down here.
Not baseball.
So I'm just happy now. Baseball. I don't know why y'all be tripping. I'm gonna bring in Bo P because Bo P here as well. And Bo P, if I'm not mistaken, is also into the baseball game. You know what I'm saying? So we do a little baseball here. But yeah, man. So Bo P saying just like me, bro, he still watch baseball. And right now, for me personally, it's exciting because I don't know if y'all are aware of this or not. But baseball has been trying to get people re-interested in the game, and they've been making a whole bunch of changes to try to make it so that it's not as boring anymore. I mean, we keep it in mind, like back in the day, Bo, I don't know if you've been to baseball games. I know Ron and I have chatted about going to baseball games, but a game could last you 4 or 5 hours back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You'd be at a game like forever. They put a pitch clock on now, 15 seconds you got. Once you hit the mound, you got 15 seconds, and you got to go ahead, and if you don't, then you can give away a ball. They also have made the bases bigger. They are 2 inches bigger, 0.5 on each side. They also made it so you can only try to throw out somebody on base twice. You have 2 opportunities to throw somebody out. They've also made challenges. So now if somebody kind of like, I don't know if y'all recall back in 88, freaking we lost a game in the World Series because there was a bad call on first base. That wouldn't happen in today because they'll do instant replays. Still those pushing buttons. We also now have a strike replay for what they call an ABS system. So if you show a strike and the hitter has a problem, and because it was called a strike, you be like, nah, man, that wasn't no strike. And then they can actually say, all right, well, let's look at the replay. The computer will tell you whether or not it was a strike or a ball. My question is, does this appeal to any of y'all? I know that I'm in the minority as it comes to being like a huge baseball fan. It's like following baseball as if it's like a comic book. But I feel like the effort that they've made to try to bring people in, you know what I'm saying, having the Swingman Classic with the HBCUs, having a Negro Leagues game at Rickwood in Alabama, like I feel like none of it has really resonated with the folks that they're trying to get come into the game of baseball. What do you say, Bo P?
I love the new game. It's faster, like you say. It don't take as much time to watch a game now, and it's more exciting because you got the strike zone. You can actually see for yourself if it was a strike or a ball. I love the way they speed up the game. I just don't like the fact it's not more black people playing baseball. It's 100%. Not enough black. When I grew up, there was a black baseball field in every neighborhood, and kids were playing. Even though a lot of us didn't make it to the pros, we were playing the game. But now, as I drive around to communities, I never see all the black baseball fields are empty. There's no black kids playing baseball. And baseball is one of the most money-earning sports there is. And I think it should be introduced to more black kids in the neighborhood. That's the only thing I don't like about baseball. But
that's
I was
Michael
a big
Jordan's
Oakland
fault,
A's
Bo.
fan. Huh? So what?
That's Michael Jordan's fault. I'll get to it when it's my turn, but that's Michael Jordan's fault.
Okay, but yeah, I was a big Oakland A's fan. I used to be a big Oakland A's fan when I lived in Oakland. I really love watching the A's play. I went to the games a lot. I've been to Truist Field. I've seen Atlanta. It's a beautiful field. If you ever get a chance, Atlanta have a beautiful stadium for baseball, man. It's no bad seat in the house. But other than that, man, I just love to see more black kids playing the sport because it's a lot of money and it's less chances of getting hurt. Baseball is a great sport. I played it all my life growing up. And Big Ron, you can go ahead.
What's up, Ronnie? Solo, stop pushing buttons.
Wait, what up, my nigga?
What's up with your man? Doing good?
Yeah, I'm good. I just want to know why you turned sideways like you a pastor on a church program. If you don't center your fucking self. This nigga trying to sit skinny.
I got a lot going
this
on.
Nigga, Bo P, you see that nigga? He's trying to sit profile like he was in a senior picture and shit.
Yeah,
sit your ass center to the fucking camera.
Hey, Ron, he seemed like going to the tailgate. The tailgate is bigger to sit on than them damn seats in the stadium. That's why.
Type shit. And the food better, cheaper too.
I don't like that shit.
Look, man, the fact of the matter is, I'm not for it. I like the Swingman Classic. I like the King Griffey Jr. Legends of the Game. I like the fact that they damn near 100 years later giving black people their just acknowledgement for all of the ways that we've contributed to professional baseball. That aside, all these new ways that they trying to make the game not the game, I don't like. They neutering the fucking sport the same way they did with football. Sports take 4 hours. Grown men know this. This is why professional sports were delegated and resonated specifically for grown men. Boxing matches. If you go to the boxing match and watch all 4 cards, that's a 4-hour endeavor. You go play around the golf 18 holes, that's 4 hours. You go to a football game, that's 4 hours. You go to a basketball game, that's 3.5 hours. If you go to a baseball game, it's supposed to take 4 hours.
Nah, bro. Nah, disagree.
Nobody want to see a guy throw the first base 10 times trying to get somebody out.
Well, go watch a different goddamn sport.
Nah. All right, let me tell you why I shouldn't. All right, the game of baseball was, until they initiated the shot clock, the pitch clock, was the only sport without any time constraints. Point blank, 0. There's no time. You could go up as a pitcher, stretch, do a backflip, watch a whole Netflix series, and then pitch your first pitch, and there will be nothing against.
Have you ever watched a chess match?
Yes, I watched a chess match, but that don't mean that I want to sit there and do it for 4 hours. Now, if I'm a baseball
I gave you the layup right there, Vince. I gave you the layup. You're supposed to say yes, nigga, but chess matches are also timed. When you hit the clock, you only got 90 seconds to make your next move. I gave it to you.
Fair enough, but at the same time, baseball and chess are not the same. One's a team sport and one's an individual sport, so they're incomparable as far as I'm concerned. And for me,
what I was saying is on that pitcher mound, that's the chess match. When that dude got that glove up over his mouth and he looking at what the fucking catcher's throwing him, and he telling him, and he shaking that shit off, and they finally come up with a goddamn thing, and he looking at that man, and then he got to check his fucking runners. And then he got to look back at that nigga because that nigga might be in adjusted his posture, and I might see that I can catch him slipping. So now I look at the catch, and I now, nigga. And then all of a sudden the coach come over and.
Well, this is the question I got for you. If you are watching the chess match, does it make the game more exciting to have the clock or not to have the clock?
No, because now I just feel like the error counter is finna get really fucking high in baseball. Because if you're telling that man he got 15 seconds to make a decision and then deliver, that means his mechanics now have to go triple speed, which means now you're going to have fucking pitchers throwing their backs out, or you're going to have pitchers going wild.
Okay, well, listen, first of all, this stuff has been enacted for 2 years, so it's not new. This stuff has already been in the league, so it would have already started affecting pitchers if that was the case. Second of all, pitchers don't just go up to the mound and say, okay, I wonder what I should pitch here. You go up with your sequence in mind already. So you know my first pitch gonna be a fastball, my second gonna be a slider, my third gonna be a splitter or whatever. You don't go up there and be like, I wonder, like you've done already your recap. You've already done all of the
Okay, so then why they had a whole conversation, Vince? I threw the nigga my 3 seam. He wasn't fucking with it. I threw the change up. If he hadn't hit that foul ball, he'd throw the whole out here. So now we have a conversation.
Well,
Hey, that shit planned.
The pitcher can be quicker because the scouting report now. They know
Scouting
what to throw to each. The scouting reports are more in depth now than they ever been. 100%. They know they go back history on players and say, hey, he don't like it inside, he don't like it outside, he like it up and down. The scouting reports are greater now ever than in baseball than it ever was.
So are they gonna be swapping out pitchers? Because I was under the understanding that once a nigga swap you out, you can't come back in.
You can't, but there are rules. Like every pitcher has to pitch at least 3 batters. You can't just bring somebody in for 1 hitter. All right, number 1. Number 2, if you're close. Yeah, and these are things that they have to adjust to. Listen, baseball's always made adjustments. All right. At one point in time, they had to change the mound. The mound was too high. It was giving the pitchers way too much advantage. And then
basketball changed. Basketball used to be a non-contact sport. Then they came in and they got real physical. They got real physical for a while. Then they changed it back to a non-contact sport.
There was no 3-point line.
Yeah, because if y'all ever seen that footage of them white boys hitting them bounce passes with them tall shorts on, nigga. As soon as they let niggas play, all of a sudden niggas getting checked across the throat and shit. Now all of a sudden it's a flagrant foul if I touch him, but it's 2 shots if he touch me. God damn.
So let me holler at Bo, who seems to be the other baseball guy on the platform. Like my whole thing is I agree 100% with Bo. Right now, baseball, whereas it used to be the sport, like there was a time where baseball was leading in all of the sports with regard to its relevance. And I believe that TV killed that because it's boring to watch baseball on TV. Let's keep it real. If you take baseball,
nigga, have you ever watched golf? Golf gets better ratings than baseball, and golf is boring as fuck. Nigga, curling gets better ratings than baseball, and them niggas is sliding on 1 knee across ice.
But golf does not have a daily schedule. Baseball plays 162 games per team, and it goes all the way from March to October. Golf, when they have their what do you call them? Golf meets. When you have your golf meet, I don't even play golf, so sorry guys. That's
so your ass don't know when the golf season is, nigga. Golf season is just as long as baseball season. No, it's not.
But look, let me say this. Let me say this: every sport now is even played in the off season. Is even bigger. The off season is bigger. It's just as big as the season now. And when you talk about golf, you got players who move to Florida so they can play golf year round. So most of the golfers live in Florida. So just like baseball, the strike zones, watching it on TV is more exciting than it's ever been. You can see more of the game. I'd rather watch it on TV than go watch it live because I can see the strike zone. I can see all of everything. It's like golf. They show you the arch where the ball is hit, the speed of the ball, all that, the rotation of the ball. I like watching golf.
Oh, yeah, and that shit that's coming across your TV, you can't see that shit live. That's what the graphics team is doing on whatever network you're watching, right?
Right. Yeah. That makes it more exciting.
Okay, so when the last time, because Bo, you made the statement earlier that you would like to see more black children playing baseball. It's way less wear and tear on your body. It's 10 times more lucrative than any other professional sport. Yeah. And the longevity in it, you could do this shit for 30 fucking years at peak level.
30. Whoa, I don't know about 30, but
nigga, how long did Cal Ripken play? If you include his high school baseball all the way up until his retirement.
My bad. I thought you meant in the MLB. My bad.
No, nigga, I'm talking about. Man, won't you hush and let me finish making my point?
Nigga, I thought you said 30 years. I thought you were talking about MLB, but go ahead.
No, I'm talking about how long the nigga been playing the actual sport. Like Floyd Mayweather boxed for 30 years before he retired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, I keep saying it's Michael Jordan's fault. Because I want one of y'all to ask me what the fuck do I mean?
I thought you gonna say it. You told us you gonna say it.
No, it don't mean shit if don't want y'all if y'all don't care.
Well, what did Michael Jordan do to baseball then? What did he do?
Why you say Michael Jordan fought that baseball trip?
What did Michael Jordan do in 1994 and 1995?
Played minor league ball.
Played minor league ball for the Chicago Barons, which was the farm team for the White Sox, right?
White Sox, right.
But he got more people showing up to them Barons games than actual White Sox games, right?
Yeah. Bo Jackson had him at it when he played. They came to see him.
Royals.
But Bo Jackson was not nearly as big of a star. And I love Vince Edward Jackson with a whole lot of my heart. But Bo Jackson wasn't nearly as big a star as Michael Jordan was.
Fair.
Michael Jordan revolutionized commercializing the athlete. When Michael Jordan left basketball to go play baseball, motherfuckers who didn't even know who the fuck was on minor league programs on their fucking rosters was showing up to minor league games just to watch Michael Jordan play. When he left and went back to basketball, he took a lot of black children's eyes away from the game of baseball as well. At that same time, the very few black stars that were there were starting to get mired in controversy. Darryl Strawberry all of a sudden was getting cocaine allegation after cocaine allegation. Ken Griffey Jr. was being called angry nigga. He was spazzing out and shit. Barry Bonds was putting his hands on white women and shit and getting, you know what I'm saying? David Justice had broke up with Halle Berry. Cecil Fielder was abusing his wife. So you had all these black baseball stars who all of a sudden were not role model type figures. Your baseball players was the only ones that was cussing during their interviews. They was the only ones spitting on camera on national TV. You know what I'm saying? They was the only ones fist fighting without no type of protective gear on. Every game, somebody gonna rush the fucking mound. And then they started being known for doing drugs and shit. So then by the time the late 90s come along, and when baseball get back popular due to the home run races between McGuire and Sosa in 98, all of a sudden, the next time you saw a dark-skinned face and he was a baseball star, his name was David Big Papi Ortiz.
Yeah,
and after that, motherfuckers took the Roberto Clemente route. All of the black faces were not black people.
I'm tell you what. I'm gonna tell you another thing that happened. I'm gonna tell you something that happened. Black kids was used to playing baseball, football, and basketball. So they didn't stay with one sport. They just stay with one sport because there wasn't enough black kids playing baseball, so he couldn't go out there and play with them. But you got these Dominicans and Japanese players who play baseball year round. That's all they committed to. They're not big enough to play basketball.
Not only that, Bo. Not only that,
they have football teams, but they're committed to baseball year round. That's why you see more Dominican and Japanese players coming into the league because they're committed to baseball year round. When black kids, we play baseball when it's baseball season, basketball when it's basketball season, and football when it's football season. So black kids don't commit to one sport like that. The Dominican and Japanese players commit to baseball only. They're not big enough to play football. They're not taught how to play basketball. So baseball is their game.
And well, no, because when we come to them Dominicans, them niggas are full-fledged niggas. They just as big as niggas. Like David Ortiz could have played football.
But they don't have football teams. They don't have football teams. Is what I'm saying.
So they don't have. And plus, even if they did, ain't no scouts going to fucking no jungle in fucking Bogota, Colombia to watch no goddamn longest yard football team out there. We don't give a fuck what Last Chance U was doing in Paraguay. Nigga, but if a nigga can hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball left-handed and right-handed, we'll go to motherfucking Argentina. Right, we'll go to Antarctica to go get his ass. So I'm giving y'all this timeline for a reason. Because what happened in, I believe, 2001, Alex Rodriguez signed with the Texas Rangers.
Whoa. And then you get to the Yankees for Alfonso Soriano,
No. I'm talking about when he first left the Yankees to the Rangers.
No, he left from the Rangers to the Yankees.
He was signed by the Yankees. He went to the Rangers and then back to the Yankees.
Because they wouldn't let him play shortstop.
You didn't know that?
That's why he went.
Wait.
You a baseball nigga, and you didn't know that?
Was for the Yankees in 2000, and I believe it was right because that was right after the Subway Series. Then they traded.
He was drafted and he was drafted,
and he played with them, and they could not win the World Series, and that's why it was so much of a problem. I don't recall him going back to Texas.
No, he was drafted in the early 90s by Seattle. Then he went to the Yankees. Then he went to the Rangers. Then he went back to the Yankees.
Shortstop. The Yankees wouldn't let him play shortstop.
The Yankees wouldn't let him play. Steinbrenner said, "Fuck you, little boy. You gonna play wherever I pay you to play." And he said,
Jeter was shortstop. Like, how you gonna make Jeter was shortstop? You ain't gonna come in and take our golden child.
Was Jeter there then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so because Jeter came out to Justice. You're right. No, you're right. Jeter came out to Justice. I'm just keeping my timeline right. So then he came to the Dallas, Texas, and signed with the Texas Rangers at the time. Yes, nigga. Which is a suburb of Dallas.
All right. Okay, I'll just be all right, my bad. I know you in Texas right now, nigga. I know. You know better than anybody.
Yeah, they don't call them the Landover Commanders.
Okay. Well, you got it. All right, can we get back to this though?
No. Ultimately, let me tell you about A-Rod.
Okay.
A-Rod signed at the time the biggest contract in baseball, $125 million. I'll never forget that shit. He had cock sucking money.
Yes.
Well, after that, they started going to get, to Bo's point, South Americans and Asians that was coming over here and playing for a stick of bubble gum in a hotel room. They didn't know that you were supposed to ask for cock-sucking money to play baseball. They was just happy to be over here in America where baseball has been very, very good to me. Nigga, they getting running water and 3 meals and able to send $50 American home a week back home. Nigga, they balling.
True.
Where American kids was like, so it's Michael Jordan's fault because after Ken Griffey Jr., Major League Baseball didn't give no big shoe deals to no other black baseball players. So they didn't try to commercialize and popularize baseball the way they was doing with football and basketball. Mike Tyson had a shoe back then. Shaq had a shoe. Dennis Rodman had a shoe. Emmitt Smith had a shoe. Alonzo Mourning had a shoe. You know, Larry Johnson had a shoe. Thurman Thomas had a shoe. All these black foot. Penny Hardaway had a shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Bo Jackson had a shoe. Bo Jackson had a shoe.
Bo Jackson had a shoe. After Ken Griffey Jr., named the last black baseball star that had his own shoe deal, that had his own commercials, that was doing McDonald's shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember in the 90s, they had Michael Jordan playing against Charles Barkley playing horse. Then they had Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds playing horse at the back cage. Then they had Wayne Gretzky and Mike Madonna. You know what I'm saying? They were showing you all these different sports, but there was no representation on the $1 million side of the game for black baseball
stars. There's no money going into the black neighborhood to redo the baseball field. If you go to Alpharetta here in Georgia, they got a place up there, got 10 baseball fields, 6 basketball courts, 3 football fields in one location.
And I bet you them motherfuckers got Braves logos on that shit, sponsored by the Braves.
Right.
Ted Turner then throw that money over there. But how much money did he throw into the SWATs? How much money did he throw into the Southwest side? How much money did he throw into Decatur or the rest of the East side? None whatsoever. Matter of fact, he could have took the motherfucking old Brave Stadium and turned that shit into a motherfucking training facility for at-risk youth. Instead, they gave the motherfucker to the college.
Georgia State.
All right, let me back up a little bit. Let me just back up a little bit. All right, given the history lesson we got from Black Ron, which I mean, you went like full Rachel Maddow. Let me go 360, start from Michael Jordan, and you landed right where I expected you to, which is the great replacement theory in the MLB. We're going to trade African American, quote unquote, Black Americans, like I like to call them, for Americans, for people that look Black but are not actually considered Black on the application.
Timu niggas.
Right? Like I mean, look, I consider and say Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto. You could even throw Aaron Judge in there because he's one of them ambiguously racial ass motherfuckers. He ain't got no mom or dad. He was adopted. You know what I'm saying? Ronald Acuna Jr.
What was the nigga for the Dodgers that had the locks?
All you really got right now is like Mookie Betts. You got my dog in Atlanta, Michael Harris Jr. Second. You got Lawrence Butler out in Sacramento with the Athletics. You got a couple others, but there ain't really too many real niggas, I would call them, in the MLB right now. And
you got a handful of niggas who's the sons of niggas who played baseball.
Kebron Hayes. We got my dog. Well, I can't think of everybody right now, but I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't mean that I'm not still excited. Like I can't wait to see what Ronald Acuna Jr. does this year. If he stays hurt, if he doesn't stay hurt, and he can get on his ACL. I can't wait to see what Ellie De La Cruz does in Cincinnati, especially now that they got Terry Francona as their head. I can't wait to see if Teo stays up. I can't wait to see if Juan Soto will give us the same kind of year he gave with the Yankees. I just saw him yesterday, and as a matter of fact, just yesterday I went and saw Soto give a actual home run in person at spring training down in Fort Pierce where they was going up against the Cardinals, and I saw this firsthand. The dude is not bullshitting. He hit it, and that whole section back there that he hit it to was heckling him the whole time, had his back turned to their ass. This shit is exciting for me. But my question is, am I always going to have to be the dude who has to keep his baseball fanaticism bottled up because they can't reach anybody outside of me? Like I got my homeboy right here that I like literally grew up on the same block, like literally like my dog A-Ron. I'm sorry, I put him on blast. Weight ball, you know what I'm saying? Is they're doing a thing, and he just said, "I love the Cardinals, but I don't even know them niggas." Like, I don't right. Motherfuckers, like he lost, you know, like we've lost the fervor for it. And my question for y'all, especially Ryan, Bo P, and man, please chime in, Weight Ball and Solo if you can. Will we ever see a Black era where it was like when Jackie Robinson, Josh Gibson, the Buck Leonards, when we used to have Lou Brock, when we used to have like, you know, the Dave Stewarts, the Reggie Jacksons? Is that era gone forever, Bo? Are we completely immersed in NFL, NBA? When I turn on ESPN now, I never see any MLB headlines or updates. And I at this point, I just accepted the fact that it's a niche sport. It's rugby now. It's not even like a major sport no more. Bo, talk to me, and please chime in, everybody.
I'm gonna tell you why. Following your kids around now to AAU games and all this type of stuff costs money. So a lot of Black parents don't have that type of money. It costs a lot of money to go to follow your kids around in sports. So when you got a single mom and she has to go to work, how's that child supposed to get to practice when there's no field close to him? See what I'm saying?
That's how the perverts become coaches.
But yo, don't the same thing apply for other sports though, Bo?
No,
it does apply for all sports.
No, I got to drive all over the place.
No. If baseball is the hardest sport to put, the most expensive sport to play.
You can find it's a basketball court in every neighborhood. It's a football field at the high schools, but baseball fields, black schools don't even have baseball team. Most of them, man. Even in college,
the baseball field that's outside the school, they don't cover it up in bad weather. They don't mow it as often. They don't rake it for rocks and shit.
Exactly.
And on top of that, to Bo's point, if your child is gonna play AAU ball or year-round ball, I mean they gotta have high performance cleats of multiple colors because you never know what your team uniform is gonna be. That means they gotta have one of them 300, 400. No, nigga, they because what if the team cleats are white? You gotta have some black ones and some white ones. And then they gotta have some with the drip. Because you know your kid, it's all about the drip these days with the kids, all about swag. It's not just about performance.
Let me say this. You see a whole lot of NFL and NBA athletes who, I hate to say it this way, but their fathers have married white women, and the white women don't have to work. and they can take these kids everywhere they need to go because they have the money. That's why you see a lot of NBA and NFL.
Man, we gotta have Bo back on more offense. He just saying half of what I be wanting to say, boy. He make my job so much easier. Bo, I swear to God, these niggas act like they don't realize none of this shit when I be saying it.
What are you talking about, bro? I be sitting right here agreeing with you.
No, cause your ass, no. Let me tell you, hardball. We doing this for G baby, head ass nigga. You act like you act like a good baseball bat ain't $300 to $500.
Yeah,
What single black mama in the projects got $300 to $500 to pay on a bat that ain't gonna be used for protecting the house?
Okay, I'll challenge
and you gotta have insurance. You gotta have insurance. Kids get hurt. You gotta have insurance.
When I played Pop Warner football, we didn't just have to get just the bat. We had to get shoulder pads. We had to get pads for our knees. We had to get pads for our thighs. We also had to get cleats. We had to get a helmet. All that shit also costs. So this
that was in 1965.
Bro, I'm finna say, bro, that was in 1971 YMCA league. These days, these kids got to get hidden coaches, strength and condition coaches. I know kids with nutritionists.
With yoga,
I know 10-year-old kids with nutritionists. I know 11-year-old my partner coach several different soccer teams. He coached all 18 and under soccer teams. So he got,
they
different
taking
age
Pilates and yoga and everything.
Bro, they got yoga in the morning. They got dance in the afternoon. They lift weights twice a day. They eat 4 times a day when they're in training session. He got them out there working with belts. They got elastic belts tied around their ankles and shit. Because
let you sit here and make it sound like this is not what happens in Little League, bro. This is not Little League.
Yes, the fuck it is.
Niggas not going to Pilates in Little League, my nigga. That's not happening. That's not a thing.
In Little League, bro, they are treating this shit like it is D1 college, my nigga.
Man, they got kids. They got scouts looking at kids in 8th grade. What you talking about?
Bro, when you tell this man
in 8th grade.
In 8th grade, bro, nigga, do you realize that the kids that play in the Little League World Series have not hit puberty yet?
How many black kids you see in the Little League World Series? How many black kids? You may see one on each team. You may see one on each team. Some teams don't even have any.
Talk to them, Bo.
You got girls on the Little League team. You got more girls on the Little League team than you got black kids.
Hold on, U City just entered the chat. What's happening, U City?
I'm just saying, as an overall thing, we got to look at kids aspire to be what they see themselves represented as. So yes, the times have changed. Like when you watch baseball, you don't see black people represented, so that's not something that kids necessarily strive for.